Welcome to The Magic of Coffee. You're here with Jordan and Alec, and we're a podcast about Magic the Gathering, coffee, nerd culture, and much more. We've got our cups of joe. Let's get into it.
We are fucking back.
Welcome back. Season 2. We had a break. Was it 2 or 3 weeks? Shorter than we thought it was going to be, I think, honestly. Just those zendiakr spoilers just came out, and
we had to get back on the train.
yeah, we had to start lugging
because we're finally not really pissed off at Magic.
Well, speak for yourself.
Toast.
I already put mine in there.
God damn it! Let's make this a tradition. We toast our espresso shots.
Put in the notes. Yeah, welcome back. Yeah, we took, I guess, 2-3 weeks off. I honestly don't remember.
Technically,
I think it was 3 weeks.
When this releases, it's going to be 3 weeks, but it's technically 2.
Yeah.
Or we can release this today.
Oh, hell no, I'm not releasing this today.
That's
But yeah, so what did you do during your break?
Well, I picked up, or no, I already picked up. I did a lot of skating. Worked on. I just did music shit. I worked on like the website. My merch. My first line of merch is coming in tomorrow.
Nice.
Pretty much it. Drank.
Yeah.
A lot.
That's good. I've kind of stopped drinking in general. Also,
well, we have content that says otherwise.
Also, if you may have noticed from thumbnails, we have a new logo. Old logo, new logo. That's for post.
That's on you.
Yeah, that's all on me.
We also have new. You can't really see it, but we have an actual interface.
Yeah.
And so all of this, it should be more consistent.
Yeah, the back end will be a lot easier.
Yeah, especially for me.
Yeah.
Having to work on it.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, we did some small things over the break. We weren't just dicking around. We did some meeting stuff and getting some things in order.
Bunch of content is to be had.
Yeah, just trying to figure some stuff out. So it's not just a podcast every week. You're gonna get stuff through the social medias and
yeah, we should probably be better at that.
Yeah. Yeah, get stuff through the social medias and more content on the YouTube channel, just in general, so we can start actually getting more of a following, I guess.
Yeah.
More of a viewer base. But, yeah, so I didn't do a lot during my break. I was at, school, and then work started back up.
Yeah.
But I also watched Trailer Park Boys. Like, in a week, I watched, like, the entire series. And I know you hate Trailer Park Boys.
I tried so hard to get into it.
And my girlfriend hates Trailer Park Boys, too. But
I don't like, it's like that, and then there's another show that everyone's watching with the guy who was in Jurassic Park 3. There's another show that, like, people are watching and love, and I'm like, I fucking hate this show.
No.
And, like, Always Sunny, I cannot stand that show.
It's so good.
I hate that show.
Yeah, honestly, Trailer Park Boys wasn't going to be as much of a problem, but our friend Evan, like, instigated it and just perpetuated it to be so much more than it was. Because I was like, yeah, I'm enjoying it. And he was like, no, it's amazing. And I was like, I guess it is.
Evan's just a goofball in general. I don't take what he says seriously for the majority of the times.
Yeah, no, I did with this. And I watched, like, all 12 seasons, and I'm pretty much done with the animated show. So,
Jesus.
I just absorbed all of it in like a week. But yeah, that was it. And then we can just jump right into it. But Monday, so this is Tuesday morning at 10 a.m.
Tuesday morning.
Yeah, let me hit puberty again. Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. our time, at least in Texas time, the zendiakr spoilers thing happened, and just what brought us out of hiatus.
Is our video gonna be released by the time this releases?
What video? The reaction video? Yeah.
Go to our YouTube channel and watch the reaction video.
Yeah.
If you're on YouTube, stop watching this and go watch the reaction video. But then come back. And welcome back.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, you're back. Wow.
Why did you on my tongue? That was a bit weird.
Yeah.
We're back at the SMR segment.
Well, this entire first 5 minutes has been more or less ASMR. Just also some tidbits. We talked about it last season, but each season is going to be 10 episodes now instead of 20.
Yeah, 20 is a bit excessive.
With some like extras sprinkled in here or there.
Yeah, MOCs. Also, if for anyone that has actually watched or listened to the MOCs, if you like them and actually want them to be YouTube videos as well, just let us know.
Hit us up. Yeah, so because at the moment, for most people who have watched the YouTube, MOC Extras is just just audio, just released.
I know a couple people who have watched it or listened to it.
That shorter seasons. Coffee's going to be a little different now too. We'll get into that a little bit later. And that was really it for that. We're using pour overs now. I spent fucking money on that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then episode 1, things are pretty much similar in the setup wise, but things might start slowly changing over time. Just we're getting a new camera in and some other stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's really it. And we can jump into spoilers. Spoilers.
Is that good? Is that done for housekeeping?
I guess. I don't know. Whatever you want to talk about. You skate now. We talked about that last time.
Yeah, I mean, it's been too hot for me to skate, but I might skate tonight.
Denton almost flooded. Denton did flood.
Denton technically flooded. There are a couple. Like West Congress was completely flooded. The actual like riverways, or the ditches or whatever, those were overflowing. Dude, did you see the videos of Turner Falls in Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Dude, it just I was like the one time I don't go camping. Dude, that would have been sick.
Did you want to die?
I wanted some spaghetti.
Spaghetti. I just saw that card. That looks interesting. I don't think we talked about that.
We getting into it, dog?
We can.
I mean, I think everything that
everything
I've been getting into EDH again.
Yeah, we've talked about getting into EDH, and we'll talk about arena stuff here in a little bit too.
Yeah.
But I think off the top, we'll just jump into spoilers, talk about that for a little bit, and then move into some other stuff.
Yeah, there's a bunch of shit that I am super excited about, and then there's a couple things, Chase, that I think is trash.
Yeah, no, Jason, we'll get into that. Yeah, I thought they did a really Wizards as a company as a whole did a really good job about leaks this time, because they were not very leaky compared to like Ikoria and like Theros and things.
Damn, girl, you're not very leaky.
They kept a lot of that very close to their chest, which is interesting. Like, we knew about the Planeswalkers because Johnny Wong like spoiled them a few days before their like
Johnny Wong.
Yeah.
Who?
What's his name? Johnny Wong?
The Asian?
Yeah.
Jimmy Wong.
Jimmy Wong. Sorry, bud. Jimmy Wong spoiled the Planeswalkers, Jason Nahiri, a few days before they did the spoilers thing.
Was he allowed to?
Yeah.
Oh.
He like openly, and Wizards like retweeted it and stuff. And then that was really it. Spoilers wise, the Nissa got kind of leaked a while back, and then the fetch lands were kind of rumored that they were going to come back. But
I'm so excited for Sultai.
Yeah.
I know Earl's getting banned because of her.
Oh yeah.
Or she might get. Well,
she's not going to get banned.
She's
not that strong. She's good, but she's not that good.
She's pretty well strong.
It's her landfall mechanic is what makes her so good. But
how do you feel about the double faces?
I still got to like figure them out, man. They're
What do you
pretty
mean?
cool.
You pick one or the other. It's
But
not like flip cards. It's
Yeah, I
just
know.
double faced.
Yeah, I know. It's just there's that red card. Let me try to find that one.
What do you? Okay, I gotta go to TCG because this isn't updated.
No, this is not updated. MTG Goldfish had a bunch on their Twitter.
That's what I've been doing, but their Instagram.
Oh yeah, their Instagram. Sorry. Yeah, but so the first card that I saw that I thought was interesting that we haven't really talked about yet is Might of Mursa. It's one colorless, one green, has kicker 2, so it's 2 colorless and a green. Target creature gets a +3/+3 until end of turn. If the spell was kicked, this creature gets a +5/+5 until end of turn instead.
Where is it? Oh, I see.
Yeah, Might of Mursa.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like any kind of buff cards, especially instants.
I've never seen you use them.
Well, there aren't any really good ones at the moment. So.
Titanic growth, dog. +4/+4 for 2.
Well, all right. I should say I like the fight mechanic a little bit more than.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
There's some really good red cards that are out that are coming out. This hasn't been updated. Let me get the other one that I was on.
Can we talk about this specific reprint, the Lotus Cobra?
Dude, it looks so good. That showcase art is so pretty. I'll
Do
try
you know
to
what it
pop
does?
it up here, but yeah.
Lotus Cobra for those at home that don't, for the youngins that didn't have to deal with this fucking card. Lotus Cobra is 1 green, 1 colorless, 2/1 snake. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool.
Nice. Skyclave Genopid. Trample, landfall. Whenever this land enters the battlefield under your control, Skyclave Genopid, whatever the fuck it's called, gets a +2/+2 until end of turn. It drops as a 3/1. Migratory Greathorn, that bitch.
What does it do again?
It has landfall. It has trample, but also landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, it gets a +2/+2 until end of turn. So you just mutate Migratory Greathorn a couple times.
That sounds fucking awesome.
Gruul's coming back, dude.
I think Gruul is coming back. Yeah, you guys are losing like your riot stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't think y'all needed it.
Well,
hell, you didn't even use it half the time.
Yeah, like so the last Gruul deck that I used, the only real riot card that I had was Gruul Spellbreaker, just because he was so good. And I usually just the riot. I didn't even use for the +1/+1. I just gave him haste, because it would just trigger Pelt Collector, because I'd usually turn 3 him, trigger Pelt Collector to become a 3/3, and then, yeah. The rest is history.
Well.
Sure-Footed Infiltrator. Tap another untapped rogue you control. Sure-Footed Infiltrator can't be blocked this turn. Whenever Sure-Foot Infiltrator deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. It's a 4-drop, 3 colorless, 1 blue.
We talked about it this morning, but I want to bring it up.
Also, I don't have it here, but I wanted to talk about it, and we could bring it up in a minute. Party mechanic, because you understand it so much more than I do.
I understand it.
Because Seagate Colossus is a 7-drop. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party. It drops as a 7/5.
So I'll get into it in a minute after I.
Oh my god! I forgot to put it on airplane mode.
We have a technical difficulty. There we go. All right. Season.
Well, there'll be a technical difficulty thing up.
Season
right
2.
We're supposed to be better than we were before.
That's not.
That's funny. All right.
Okay, so I'll bring this up and then I'll bring up the party mechanic.
Yeah.
Let me actually start bringing it up, just so I can help you. It'll be all right. So, Angel of Destiny. I brought it up this morning.
Yeah, I have it right here.
5-drop, 2 white, 3 colorless.
Mm-hmm.
Flying double strike. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you and that player each gain that much life.
Mm-hmm.
At the beginning of your end step, if you have 15 or more life than your starting life total, each player, Angel of Destiny, attacked this turn loses the game. So there is a rebuttal with that we've discussed today.
Yeah, let me find that card.
I found it.
Okay, what card is it?
It is Rolling Vortex.
Rolling Vortex, yeah. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, Rolling Vortex, deals 1 damage to them. Whenever a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast this turn, Rolling Vortex deals 5 damage to that player. Your opponent, tap 1 red, your opponent can't gain life this turn.
Oh, yeah.
So you can literally just have her attacking you, and then they're not gaining life, but you are. Which is funny. Rolling Vortex slaps. I'm really excited for Gruul. Dauntless Survivor. Speaking of Dauntless, when Dauntless Survivor enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on a target creature. That's not bad. It's cheap. Bad. It's a 1/2 drop, 1 colorless, 1 green.
No, it's not bad. So do you wanna talk about parties?
Yeah, bring up that party mechanic.
So party is not as it's fine. I'm never gonna use it.
Yeah.
But unless they start making some OG cards. So bring up that one card that was like a 7-drop.
Oh yeah. Seagate Colossus.
I swear I thought it was raining for
no,
a second.
That's my air conditioning. Yeah, Seagate Colossus. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party.
So it's you said a 7?
Yeah, it's a 7-drop.
So it'll be at the least it'll be 3. So in order to make a party, you have to have a cleric, a rogue, a warrior, and a wizard. Mm-hmm. And then in order for those to actually work together, because like if you just have those 4 and there's nothing that benefits the party, then you just have 4 creatures on the board. Mm. But if you have things like this is a 5-drop, this card costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party. Search your library, put 4 card, put it in your hand, shuffle your library. If you have a full party, you may cast it without. You may cast this spell with a spell with converted mana cost 4 or less without paying its mana cost.
Okay.
So the issue is, it's fine only because you can only have per party you can only have 1 of each type. Mm-hmm. Now, if you could have 2 clerics, 2 rogues, it would be like coverted prize. What I just named off, it could be a 1-drop tutor. But it can only it's a 1-drop tutor anyways. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Because you can have 4, but like that 7-drop. Mm-hmm. If you could have more in there.
Oh, you could make it like a 0 cost.
Yeah. Well, no, you can. So if it's colorless, then like for instance, let's just say there's a card, an artifact that costs 8, and then it says this card costs 1 colorless less. Then it could be a 0-drop. But if there's like a green mana, then it won't work because it has to state that the green mana is also depleted.
Well, yeah, Seagate Colossus is 7 colorless. This period. Because it's an artifact.
Oh.
So you can drop it at 0.
Then yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could drop it at 0, but the issue is like because the maximum amount you can have is
4, so it'll drop at 3 at the least.
Yeah. But there's also like cards like Tajuru Paragon. Yeah. It's a 2-drop. It's 1 green, 1 colorless. I'm going to just call it a Paragon. Paragon is also, it's an elf. Paragon is also a cleric, rogue, warrior, and wizard.
Oh, so it could fit into any of that party.
Any of the roles. And then it has a kicker. When Paragon enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a card that shares a creature type with it from among them and put it in your hand. Put the rest at the bottom of your library in a random order. So this is just like a solid staple for parties. Yeah. Because it 1 takes any role that it needs, mm-hmm. and 2 it's you can find any. If I want to see what people do with it, I'm not going to take the time to be honest. I might actually take the time to make a party because I'm super into like the D&D thing right now. And
well, it's interesting. I just saw this card, not on parties, but Mind Carver. If Mind Carver enters the battlefield attached to a target creature you control,
oh god,
equipped creature gets a +1/+0. It gets a +3/+1 instead, as long as an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard.
So we discussed this, right?
Yeah.
Let me look up Sword of Feast and Famine. So this is just the only reason why I'm bringing it up is because of a specific mechanic that they started implementing, and I don't like that they're doing it.
Oh, we talked about this.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about it like on
and actually have a.
So there's 3 artifacts that have been released in standard that state when it ETBs, mm-hmm. put it attach it to a creature. I brought up Feast and Famine because it's the first artifact that came up. Also, like, if you read it, super overpowered. They reprinted it. I'm glad it's not in standard anymore because this motherfucker used to be in standard.
Yeah, I got reprinted for doubles.
But it costs 3 when it drops. Then you have to pay another 2 to attach it. Versus when it ETBs, it doesn't just straight up attach to something.
Oh yeah, no, I see. Yeah, because we talked about Ember Cleave has a when it enters the battlefield attached to a creature, and it has to have that when it enters the battlefield and attach it to a creature.
Yeah, that's what makes it really fast.
Yeah.
However, the new equipments don't have flash, so it's like I don't understand why the fuck. I'm waiting to see. They're going to. I guarantee they're going to release a counterspell, and I'm super excited to find out what it is.
Crawling Barrens is a land.
It's very good.
Just tap it for 1 colorless. Tap 4. Put 2 1/1 counters on Crawling Barrens. When you have it become a 0/0, then you may have it become a 0/0 elemental creature until end of turn. It's still a land.
You know what's great? Because of the amount of ramp, if you can, you don't have to just do 4. You can do 8.
Oh yeah.
You can do 8. You can do 12.
Because you're not tapping it.
No.
Oh my god. Relic Robber. Haste. When Relic Robber deals damage to a player, that player creates a 0/1 colorless goblin construct artifact creature token with this creature can't block. And at the beginning of this upkeep, your upkeep, this creature deals 1 damage to you.
Sick.
Just spam the fuck out of that.
So let's talk about Death Touch.
What is it? When it deals damage, fight mechanics.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you also know how fucking strong Brash Taunter is?
Mm-hmm.
So we were playing EDH. So
Brash Hunter, fuck that card, dude.
So Brash Taunter and Stuffy Doll, they do the same thing. But Stuffy Doll is attached to something versus Brash Taunter, you get to pick someone, which makes it much more difficult to deal with because it's also still indestructible. And literally, like when we were playing EDH, I couldn't swing at that person because like they would just block and it would just smack. And then I won, but doesn't matter. Let's talk about Death Touch Tribal, dog.
Yeah, it's coming back.
Death Touch Tribal it's not necessarily coming back. It hasn't really been a thing, but I think it's going to turn into a thing, especially because I think if people implement parties with Death Touch Tribal, it'll be really well because of Vigras, Thief of Heartbeats. It's a 6-drop, 1 black, 1 red, 4 colorless, 4/4. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party. So, it's a 2-drop. Flying Death Touch Haste. Other creatures you control have Death Touch. Whenever you deal combat damage... Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a Planeswalker, destroy that Planeswalker. There's also Blightsteel. Let me see if I can find it. Not Blightsteel. Yeah, it's Blightsteel.
Ooh, there's another fight mechanic card. Sorry. It's a double. It's a dual card.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Hold on, let me read this out loud.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. I'm just reading these cards and getting excited.
Good thing we can't see underneath the table.
Yeah. We won't talk about my reactions. No, when we watch that, when we watch that live stream.
Will you bring the fuck up?
The Lotus, the Cobra Lotus, we've already popped up on screen, but I'll make sure to put up the showcase version of it and how goddamn pretty it is.
Yeah, as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh god.
Yeah.
Here we go. We're probably gonna pull it, honestly. The amount of shit that we're getting, we're probably pulling that fucker.
What is Lotus Cobra? Is it?
I told you to look. What you?
No, like what rarity is it?
Oh, it's rare.
Is it rare? Okay, yeah, we'll probably pull the fucker.
So Hooded Blightsteel. So that incorporated with what's his bucket?
Yeah,
it's Death Touch. Yeah, no, what?
No, sorry, we're on a different topic.
Zagras, Thief of Heartbeats. Death Touch. Whenever a creature you control with Death Touch attacks, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. The card that's releasing, Zagras, gives all creatures Death Touch. Whenever a creature you control with death touch deals combat damage to a planeswalker, destroy that planeswalker. That's already implemented. I'm thinking black, red, green, death touch.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think it'd be good with
Yeah.
like parties because you can implement the 2-drop that she's all the party members kind of thing, all the party types.
Yeah. There's a few cards that are like that with all party types.
I gotta take a bathroom break.
All right. We'll just kind of hear double face cards.
Yeah, the fight mechanic.
Ah.
I got a couple double face cards that I want to discuss.
Yeah, so there's a few double face cards that I have been digging. The one I was talking about with the fight mechanic is Kali's Ambush. Target creature you control fights target creature you don't control, but it also is considered a land. So if you don't need it, you can drop it as a land, which I really like. So that's a mechanic. What's happening is they've done dual lands for quite a while, or quite some time in the past. But now they're doing it. They're going overkill with it, and there's a lot of there's a lot of double-sided cards. Usually, like with one side's a land, the one side's like an instant or creature. Because there's Akum Warrior, which one side's a red land, and then the other side is Akum Warrior, which is a 6-drop, 5 colorless, 1 red. It comes in as with trample and is a 5/4. Sajiri's Shelter, which is a 2-drop. One side's a white land, and then this one is 1 colorless, 1 white, and is an instant, and target creature you control gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn, which is really good. Yeah, there's a few of them that are coming out that are really good. Equipments are going to be scary. It's just really interesting because, like, we've talked about it before, and I would kind of want to reiterate it, and I might bring it up with Alex here in a minute, but the Ravnica set that's going out of standard was such a strong set and a really, really just huge set that there were some very staple cards in that they're still being used today, 2 years later since it came out, and it's going to really shake up the meta when they leave. I was using cards from, War of the Spark or Ravnica Allegiance, in decks that I was building just a few weeks ago, and with those going away, it's going to shake up the meta really bad. We started playing right when M20 dropped, right around Thrones too. So we didn't really deal with like the M18 and the Domeria cards. We literally were playing like right then, because I remember buying that one dinosaur green card that was just a fucking monster, and he lost value pretty quickly, or he went down in value quite a bit before when I bought them, when I was building that rule deck. I forget what it's called, but yeah, and it's just interesting because these Ravnica cards did not lose value at all since. Even now, they're not necessarily losing value compared to what their prices were beforehand. I mean, that's just speaks volumes to how strong the M19 Ravnica sets are. I talked about the dual lanes, and I was bringing up just how the meta is going to be shaken up completely because Ravnica has just been such a strong set.
Yeah, we didn't. The Shocklands are leaving, which
Shocklands
I'm kind of
leaving, but
okay with, but also not.
Yeah,
There is
Shocklands, but I was just saying like staple cards. Like I'm using cards like in decks that I'm building now, still from, War of the Spark or even Ravnica Allegiance. So,
see, I've been playing a lot of M21 Standard.
Well, yeah, you've been playing a lot of M20, so you're getting used to it. But it's just like Pelt Collector, is huge for mono green. Arboreal Grazer is huge for green. There's a ton of red cards that are huge. A ton of white cards still that are huge. Black has pivoted pretty heavily into M21 Standard.
But what was it?
I said black has pivoted pretty heavily into
M21. Black is definitely the main color that's being used.
Well,
you know what I haven't seen at all?
Yeah,
mono red.
I've played a couple of mono red decks. They've pivoted, but it's not until
in M21 Standard.
Yeah,
I haven't seen anything.
Just like the regular play, I played a mono red deck.
Oh yeah, I'm sure, because they still have like their staples.
Well, there's an M21 like standard play, not the ranked. I played a mono red deck, and it's a little different. You know, Fervent Champion is definitely the one they want out instead of what's that one? Scorch Spitter, yeah. But they're gonna take a hit.
Mm-hmm.
They have some good cards still, and it'll be a good deck. It's just gonna slow down quite a bit. But
you know what's not going to take a hit almost at all?
Mono black,
mono white.
Well, they're losing primates, but
they don't really need it at that point.
No, they've pivoted pretty heavily into
they're also
based.
So far, unless they spoil it, from what we understand, there is only one Shockland, and it is white.
If there's one Shockland, there'll be 5 Shocklands.
Now, here's the thing: this one Shockland isn't a dual land, so will it ever be used? No. It's a flip card, and the other side is a 7-drop. It's create 2 4/4 Angel Warrior creature tokens with flying. Non-angel creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. It's good, but not that good.
So it's interesting because expedition cards are coming out, right? And that's where the fetch lands are being built into. And they're not expedition cards are not standard legal, but it's weird because it's like I'm looking on the MTG Goldfish ones and they have the expeditions. Grove of Burn Willows is a land card. You can tap it to add 1 colorless, or you can tap it to add 1 red or green, but each opponent gains 1 life.
Which card is that?
It's called Grove of the Burn Willows. If you go into MTG Goldfish's like actual website, and then you can click on spoilers.
Jesus, dog.
Scroll down to expeditions. It's on there.
Say Grove what now?
Grove of the Burn Willows. The showcases are very pretty. Skyclave Genopete's showcase is very pretty. Miscellaneous promos. Rolling Regrowth. Sacrifice a land, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. That's not a real fucking card.
What was it?
Rolling Regrowth. Sacrifice a land. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards.
Oh, yeah.
Put them onto the battlefield tapped.
Yeah, I see that.
Library.
Those are seen a lot in EDH. At least the EDH that I've played.
What the fuck? Bushfire Elemental is a 1 red, 1 green. Hey, Bushfire Elemental can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, Bushfire Elemental gets a +2/+2 until end of turn. It drops as a 1/1. Bruh.
Excuse me. I have a question. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. They were like, hey, girl, you want some fucking shit? Yeah.
Good balls. Yeah, I don't. I know why they're releasing shit like this. Also, can we discuss the fucking new packs and that we're just getting old fucking cards that probably aren't worth anything?
So we kind of talked about it a few weeks ago, but so there's the set booster boxes that are coming out now and the draft booster boxes.
Roiling Regrowth is standard?
Yeah.
I thought that was
it's gonna be in standard. Which is like, bro. So the regular draft booster boxes, which we've opened a handful on the channel, instead of a token, there's a chance for you to get just an old Magic card from the list, and it's like 300 cards.
You think they created the list yet?
They have. The list isn't out, but the list Wizards knows the list. Yeah, but it's like 300 cards, and you can randomly pull a card. It doesn't have any value. I don't think there are any cards that are on like the reserve list or anything like that.
That would be absurd if there was.
Yeah, this is what Wizards wants to do going forward, I think, with all of the draft booster boxes. Because now they have set booster boxes as well, whatever. I think they're going to try to pivot into set booster boxes, being like the big selling point.
Booster boxes?
Yeah, set booster boxes, not draft booster boxes. Because draft booster boxes are the ones we open.
Yeah.
And then set booster boxes are going to be a completely different thing.
The ones that they're releasing.
There's
the
draft
new ones.
booster box.
Yeah.
That's coming out with Zendikar, and there's a set booster box.
So they're called set booster boxes.
Yeah. It's the new booster box format with the weird like pulls and that you can get an art card in the top and like that front slot and stuff like that. So there's 2 different booster boxes, and then you have the collector's booster box also. There's 3 different booster boxes happening for Zendikar.
I mean,
and we're more or less gonna get all 3 of them. So
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with it.
Can we discuss a really dumb card that is such an Alex card?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Into the Royal. Instant. 1 blue, 1 colorless. It has a kicker for 1 blue, 1 colorless. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If it was kicked, draw a card. Do you understand how kicker works? So just pay 2.
That's so dumb. It's like, why have the kicker on it if it's just you're paying?
That had to be a troll for sure.
Yeah, that's like Ashaya, Soul of the Wild, 5-drop, 3 colorless, 2 green. Ashaya, Soul of the Wild's power and toughness are equal to the number of lands you control. Non-token creatures you control are forest lands in addition to their other types. Fuck, that's just Beanstalk Giant with a little more oomph.
No, that's Beanstalk Giant high-fiving this tree.
Yeah, I know.
And being like, hey, fling.
Why? Like, why would they do that? That's just so... I mean, I get it. I mean, Beanstalk doesn't have any fucking... Well, no, it's a 6-drop, isn't it?
It's a 7-drop.
It's a 7-drop.
So unless you have Mana Geeks, it comes out... Naturally, with land, it comes out as a 7/7.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have Mana Geeks on top of 7 lands, I mean, like, just think about running.
Oh, I see that shock land that you were talking about.
Yeah, it's kind of trash.
It's pay 3 instead of 2
for monocolored.
Yeah.
Have you seen Bushfire Elemental? Oh wait, we've already talked about it.
We just talked about that. Rolling Vortex, Swarm Shambler is pretty cool too.
Where's
it?
It?
1-drop.
Swarm Shambler?
Yeah, it's 1 green. Swarm Shambler. ETBs with a +1/+1 counter on it. When a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it becomes a target of a spell, an opponent controls, create a 1/1 green insect creature token, and you can tap 1 and then tap Swarm Shambler. Tap 1 colorless, tap Swarm Shambler. Put a 1/1 counter on Swarm Shambler. So if you drop him outright, turn 2, tap him, he becomes a 2/2. You know, there's some funky stuff you can do with that.
Hold on. Did you see the new Omnoth?
Yeah. Where's he at? I saw him. You can start talking about him.
Omnoth, it's just another landfall card.
Yeah.
Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 4 life. Oh, sorry. If it's the first time this ability was resolved this turn, if it's the second time, you add 1 red, 1 green, 1 white, 1 blue. And if it's the third time, it deals 4 damage to each opponent and each planeswalker you don't control. That's just absurd.
Yeah. Zagros, Thief of Heartbeats. 4 colorless, 1 black, 1 red. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party. Flying, Death Touch, Haste. Other creatures you control have Death Touch. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a planeswalker, destroy that planeswalker.
Yeah, I talked about that already.
We didn't talk about it on the podcast.
The 6-drop? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I brought it up. About the party mechanic.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying, like, Rakdos is running rampant a little bit right now.
Yeah.
And with him, it's gonna get worse. Inscription of Abundance. Kicker 2. Choose one. And if Inscription of Abundance is kicked, choose any number. Oh, we talked about this too. Put 2 1/1 counters on target creature. Target player gains X life, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. And target creature you control fights target creature you don't.
Which one?
Inscription of Abundance.
Yeah. That's a good boy.
What are you looking for?
I was trying to remember where
My glasses.
But I don't think I brought it.
Yeah. But anywho, yeah, that's pretty. That's my spoiler talk. I don't know if you want to bring up anything
I'm
else.
trying to see if the Nissa is pretty good.
Yeah, so Planeswalkers, Nahiri and Jace are kind of bent. Jace has a kicker, kicker 2, which is dumb, and and then Nahiri's all right. Especially if you're doing party mechanic stuff, she'll be better. But Nissa is the good one for this block. Also, we could talk about the blocks themselves because they
bring
brought
that
that up. Magic 21 block. That was gross.
A little bit.
Expansion sets. Did their wiki update? I don't think their wiki's updated. Okay, yeah. So we have Zendikar Rising, which is happening September 25th. And then beginning of January, we're going to a Viking world, Viking plane, which is Keladem, which will be interesting. And then we have in the spring of 2021, it's Strixhaven, School of Mages.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'm excited about that one too. That'll be cool. It'll be very heavily like spell based, which will be cool. Especially because we had such a heavy creature one with Ikoria. And then after that, for September of 2021, we have the Dungeons and Dragons one.
I'm also excited about that, but I'm not quite sure what they're going to do with it.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. So it's Dungeons and Dragons. So we'll have summer will be M22, and then it'll be Dungeons and Dragons after that. And then, so going into 2022, we will have... we're going back to Innistrad, and it's going to be 2 sets with Innistrad. It's going to be werewolves and vampires.
Innistrad?
Yeah, Innistrad.
Innistrad. There's not a D there.
Yeah, there is.
There's a D at the end. Innistrad.
Just let me fucking say it how I want it.
Oh, God. It's the same with... I hate when you say Dream Traveler.
Dream Traveler.
Instead of Dream Traveler.
Dream Traveler. He's traveling through dreams. He is a dream traveler.
The card says Dream Traveler.
Does that really?
Yes.
I thought it was Dream Traveler.
I brought it up before and you just kept with it, and I was like, fuck it. I don't give a shit.
I
know what he's talking
about. So it's interesting because there's also... So hockey and ice skating is the Innistrad one. Innistrad. I can't fucking say it. So hockey and ice are that, but after that,
hockey and ice.
Yeah, those are the code names for it. Is hockey and ice skating. After that is judo and then kayaking. So it's judos for a set and then kayaking's for the next set after that. So that's interesting. So we're probably going back to the where Narset's from. That set for judo, I could see.
Narset? Where is she from?
She's from the Japanese realm. I forget what set it is.
Dead air.
Wow. All right. I forget. It's Kamigawa, I think it is. I think that's where it is. It's the Kamigawa. I'm probably saying
that's
that
where
wrong.
She's from?
Yeah, that's the plane that she's from. So I could see that being that set. I could also be super fucking racist and whatever. And then kayaking, I have no idea what kayaking would be.
I don't either.
So, Dungeons and Dragons is cool. I think that'll be interesting. It was funny, like you'll see in our live stream, like reaction video, post reaction video. We'll probably talk shit about it, but I know during our reaction when we actually watched it, I was like, they were like, it's been years in the making. And I was like, Wizards owns Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering. Like, how is this years in the making? It was literally like Mark Rosewater was just like, let's do a Dungeons and Dragons set.
You would think that they would have done that a long time ago. I mean, cool that they've done it now, but like also like,
yeah, and like they're introducing the party mechanic in Zendikar so they can flesh it out for Dungeons and Dragons. Like that's literally it, you know. And we'll probably see it again in the Kaladem one, the Viking one. So,
did you
like I could see all the sets this year, this block I should say, kind of pivot, like setting up mechanics for the Dungeons and Dragons one, because they're gonna sell the shit out of that Dungeons and Dragons block.
They're also probably going to have both like probably a book revolved around like planeswalkers, maybe like going into a Dungeons and Dragons campaign as a I almost said force sensitive, as a spark sensitive being. That would be cool. But well, that's neither here nor there.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting with because when Dungeons and Dragons hits, Thrones, Theros, and Ikoria drop. So,
wait. Oh, they go out of rotation.
Yeah, they'll go out of rotation. So that'll be interesting. Especially because Ikoria is one of the best sets to happen in a very long time. So
I don't know. Thrones is pretty up there too.
Thrones is really good too. Like all three sets. Say what you will about Theros, but Uro is running amok. So
that doesn't mean that the set is good. That just means Uro's good.
Shadow Spear, Uro,
Shadow of the Sky.
Shadow of the Sky. Like there's like the set as a whole is garbage. I'll admit it.
There are good cards,
but there were some really the Ashiok, Elspeth's Nightmare, Elspeth's
Conquers Death.
Elspeth Conquers Death. The sagas have been really good with it.
Dream Trawler.
There's some really good cards from that set as a whole. Hydra's Growth came out of that. So
Hydra's Growth, so good, dude. I still remember that that was one of my favorite pre-release games because I just was running fucking the Hentai Kraken and Giant Growth, or not Giant Growth, Hydra's Growth. Giant Growth was a shitty card.
Giant Growth is one of the most fucking it is the most printed card in
the game. Yes,
it's
game. Pretty sick.
Siak.
So I mean, from there, I don't have any other spoilers.
No, we talked about that. We can talk about Arena for a little bit.
Sure, we can talk about Arena for a little bit, and then we can get into the coffee segment.
Yeah. What are we at? We're at 36 minutes there with about 10 minutes.
Yeah, we're getting really good at like scheduling.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to be a little draggy. I actually have a headache for some reason.
No, you're fine. We didn't spend a ton of time beforehand setting up, so
yeah. But so what do you? I mean, I'm doing M21 standard. So I mean,
yeah, I haven't been playing a ton. I just don't like where the meta's at right now. So I was just I've been doing casual games here or there.
You know what's the funniest fuck you when it comes to what I found in I don't know why people aren't running this, but so adventure decks, Temur Adventure, but running where's the fucker at? I took it out to see, and then I'm running it back in as soon as I don't know when. Hypnotic Spite. It's a 2, so it's an adventure card. It's 2 blue. It's a 2/1 flyer.
Yeah.
But it has an adventure that's an instant for 3 that says target creature counter target spell with converted mana cost 3 or less. Mm-hmm. With Lucky Clover, you do it twice, so you counter it twice. So that means that the opponent has to counteract 2 counters rather than 1.
Oh,
it's interesting.
Yeah, I haven't. What do you think the most played card is in the game at the moment? I was looking up decks and I saw it.
Forest.
Fabled Passage. Then Breeding Pool, then Uro.
Breeding Pool?
Yeah, Breeding Pool.
Oh, that's the Shockland?
Yeah. Fabled Passage is 67% of players use a Fabled Passage. 55% of players using a Breeding Pool. And 49% are using Uro.
Fucking... I mean, yeah, Uro's good.
Also,
versus Croxus, which is trash.
Yeah, I know. He's not even on there. But what's I gonna say? Yeah, I haven't been playing Arena that much. I'm just kind of tired of where the meta's at. It's either mono white or mono black at this point. You know,
It's not going to change.
I mean, it's not gonna change, but I'll actually have cards that I can use. So, like, was it zendiakr? Like, a lot's gonna dip out, and then zendiakr. Like, mono white's gonna take a big hit. Like, I know we said it's not gonna slow down, but it is gonna. Like, Healer's Hawk, Primates. You know,
It's going to slow down for sure. There's going to be bigger creatures, but I mean, like
also, before you jump in, Selfless Survivor is the dog that came out in M21. Dude, it pisses me the fuck off because it's just like, hey, I'm gonna kill your thing, and they're like, no, you're not. And I'm just like, fuck you.
You think that card's bad?
There's that stupid
That 2-drop 3/1.
Yeah,
You discard a card and it gains indestructible.
yeah. It's just
That card is fucked.
There's some bullshit. Mono White's on some bullshit right now.
So I mean, like, yeah, like mono white's it's definitely going to get stronger. Mono red's going to be a little bit more tolerable, but there's one thing that you and I have differences. You're an aggro player and I'm a control player, so literally, like, mono white doesn't really bother me all that much, especially if I'm playing Sultai. Sultai, if I mean, I'm usually going to counter it, anything that they bring out, and then if they can hit something on the board, like mono white enchantments or mono white life gain, I'll just board wipe everything.
I kind of want to try Sultai control. I don't have Uros, so I'm not going to spend money.
I mean, Sultai control really isn't doing well right now.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Jeskai is doing okay. Sultai is doing extremely well. If anything, I think you should run Mardu and Ada.
Yeah, I think I would like. I just don't want to run fucking. Well, it's not Boros. When Ada's not Boros, it's like 5 color at this point. But
you just run Mardu.
yeah,
Mardu is white, black, red.
yeah.
Because you can make legendary creatures indestructible with specific cards, and it runs really fucking well. Like, I'm slowly making a Winata M20 like rotation proof deck, and it's doing pretty okay. If anything, Winata is going to get much bigger or much better come zendiakr because of the party mechanics.
Oh yeah, yeah. I might. Oh yeah. Oh my god. I might do mono black.
Mono black aggro is going to do okay.
Yeah, I might pivot into mono black when zendiakr drops. See what decks pop up.
I think the sacrifice decks are going to take a huge hit.
Yeah,
which I'm super excited about. They're still going to be there. I don't think they're going to hit meta though at all.
Yeah, I might do mono black and then Gruul and just kind of get a feel, because Gruul's like going to have a lot of reworking.
I think Gruul can do well. I'm not sure if it's going to hit meta though.
It might not hit meta. I mean, my deck didn't hit meta. The one I hit diamond with wasn't meta necessarily, and I hit platinum or diamond with it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind not hitting mythic. I just really want to hit diamond, and then once we get used to hitting diamond, then we'll have the new goal of like, all right, road to mythic.
Yeah. Well, it's just interesting because what happens when you hit diamond is, and you know from experience, well, I played a non-meta deck and you were playing a meta deck.
I pretty much only play meta decks at this point, man.
Decks? Yeah, I know. And I'm getting that way too. But Diamond, everything, all the decks are built around, all the meta decks are built around beating other meta decks. So when you like spearhead with a non-meta deck, they don't know how to deal with it.
Oh yeah, I agree.
So that's the only reason I got there is because people didn't know how to deal with it. Like a turn 4 win type situation. So because everybody's like, oh, I got to take care of Uro, so they have a lot of like graveyard removal or like more long term things to handle Uro, not a turn 4. Like that deck was literally a turn 4 win potentially.
Yeah.
So and they were just they just.
Well, yeah, like the only reason why the Monada deck didn't get first place is because of the 4-color reclamation decks, because no one was really figuring out how to handle them, because no one really knew how to harness the 4 colors that way.
Yeah.
And then 2 people did, and then they got first and second place.
Yeah.
And then all their shit got banned, but because it was like, it's ridiculous. Why the fuck is this like this? But,
yeah, I know.
But yeah, I mean, like when I play casual testing decks, there's a lot of times where I just don't understand, because I'm so used to playing against meta decks that I'm like kind of like sometimes I'm kind of confused as to what to do.
Yeah.
Versus I go, like, if I'm in platinum, I have a general idea as to what I'm battling.
Yeah, like, especially when you hit, like, platinum, it's pretty much just meta decks at that point. You know, there's not anything weird, usually.
Yeah, and then Diamond's literally just meta decks, and there's just, like, a specific amount.
Yeah.
Once you figure, and that's what I like about best 2 out of 3, because once you figure out what they are, what decks you're probably always going to face, then you take the steps to, like, okay, what do I need in my sideboards for specific decks? Or, like, if I'm playing constantly, like, let's just say black, if I'm constantly facing black, what do I need to put in my main board to counteract black? Because 9 times out of 10, I'm going to face black. And then if I don't face black, cool, I'll sideboard out. So it's shit like that. Like with mono green and Gruul, when they were running rampant and mono red, people were running I was running 3 Aether Gusts main board.
Yeah.
Just because I knew, for the most part, I was going to face one of those 2 colors, if not the combination.
No, I get that. Let's hop into our coffee segment, and then we can finish out with some arena stuff.
Yeah. Let's brew up another.
Yeah. So, coffee song. 3, 2, 1.
You don't have to do that.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh, theme song go. That was bad.
Yeah, that was a little rough. Welcome back.
All right. Headache is not as bad anymore.
Hell yeah. So, yeah, this, as you can see, this season we're doing things a little differently. We're doing the pour overs.
In my opinion, it's, oh God, what is, you fucking hobbit? You scared me.
Good morning.
Well, it's 12:30.
Yeah.
I guess that's morning for me as well.
Sure.
You want to play on the elevator? I can't hear you. Yeah, get in the frame.
You could there's nowhere for her to sit.
She's very small. She can sit right there. You can be a prop. We'll glue a magic card to your forehead.
That's fine. You can walk by. We'll cut it.
The next segment is,
did Jordan throw away the pizza boxes?
hey Jordan, did you throw away the pizza boxes yet?
Not yet.
Okay. Moving on.
I'll leave a pizza box here for the next 10 weeks. Jordan, did you finally throw away that pizza box? No.
Season finale.
It's just been here for 10 weeks.
We can do a box reveal where we open it up and see what's in there.
Let's not, because
Dude.
yeah. So we're doing pour overs this time instead of the French
I found
press.
the other thing.
That's a paper towel.
Yeah.
So.
Anyways, this got derailed pretty quick. Didn't
Yeah, we were back for 3 seconds. Yeah, we're doing pour overs instead of French presses. Do you like it better or worse so far?
I like it much better.
I like it better too. It may be because we did 20 weeks with a fucking French press, but
We also had a bad habit of not cleaning it.
yeah, and with these you have to this is the filter. You know, I don't do the paper filter, the Chemex ones or whatever.
We're not fucking chumps.
Yeah, we're not that pretentious. So yeah, both of them have a metal filter. I lost the cap to this one. This is an older one. I just bought this one. So I just kept the filter on there to keep it warm. But there's a cap on that one. Yeah, and then this week we are trying Stay Golden coffee.
Episode 1.
Yeah, Stay Golden, roasted in Nashville, Tennessee. This is the Chin Up blend. Has dark chocolate, cherry, and is balanced. It was washed and it was grown in around 1,200 to 1,600
BC.
miles above sea level.
Oh.
Yeah. What do you think about it?
It's a good starter.
Yeah.
It's a decent cup of coffee.
Yeah, it's a good cup of coffee. It's not Valhalla Java.
I have played that to rest. But as long as it is not the fucking
Limeade coffee.
limeade coffee.
What are the coffees we have over there? I think you looked at it. The one we'll try in a couple weeks.
Cantaloupe?
It's cantaloupe in it, so that'll be interesting.
I mean, it's not citrus.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, we have a bunch of shit to start.
Next week, I think what I want to do, because we're doing the coffee like videos a little differently, as you saw. The one we trying for next week, I think, because it's in the box, I want to do like a weird video where it we have it open and from the box. And
We should do that, but
I have a gas
my
mask.
dick's in
I have
there.
a little gas mask that I can wear. We could
I'm
we
down.
could do pretty cool stuff with it.
I'm down.
Yeah,
Let's do
because if you watched every podcast episode from
I hope not, because we said some really dark shit.
well, I'm just saying for the coffee segment at least, I am the one who edits the videos, and I use the same French press video for like 8 weeks straight. So we're trying not to do that anymore.
We're trying not to be lazy, essentially, is what's happening.
Yeah. But yeah, this is good. It's not like, I'm trying not to reference season 1 coffee, even though I did.
You definitely did.
I already did. Yeah, no, it's good. I like it. I think it, like you said, is a good starter coffee. It's smooth. I don't know if it's because of the pour over or what, but it's a nice smooth cup of coffee. Like,
It's smooth. It's nice. It's chill. It's not as bitter as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
But we also use a French press and then use Death Wish.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh.
Fucking spike that. Yeah. So yeah, I dig it. It has all the different ways you can cook it on the back here. There's a French press, a couple different pour overs, espresso.
Let me see.
Also, we have to figure out, are we going to stay with the pour overs for next season, or are we going to do something different? But that's also 9 episodes away. So also, once we get big and we can have a coffee assistant that just makes coffee for us always.
I'm not paying for an assistant. I'll pay for an editor.
I'll pay for an assistant.
All right. You pay for an assistant. We'll also split an editor because that shit's expensive.
Yeah, it is.
I have someone that will be an editor, but it's like $15 an hour.
No, I can edit our videos for now. Yeah, that was pretty good. Coffee's good. I'm excited to do the pour overs, try them out. Also, I'm excited to try previous season's coffee with the pour over. So,
I'm afraid of doing the we're doing the video of the 4 strongest coffees in a pour over. We're just gonna tweak out for 4 hours.
yeah. Technically, we have one of them, which we're gonna try next week. But
Yeah.
we're gonna try it, and then we're gonna save it. So, we could also do season 3. Well, no, never mind. That's an off podcast conversation. So let's jump back into Arena, I guess.
So
whatever else you wanted to talk about.
So where is this on your list?
There's only one thing on the list.
So Arena.
There's only one thing there, and it's stay
Can I-
golden.
Can I talk to you about? Can I talk to you about my Jeskai deck? And you're gonna love it. I think you should play against it.
No.
There are no creatures.
Yeah, no.
Oh no, I'm sorry. There's Bone Crusher Giant.
No. But you don't use it for Bone Crusher. You use it for Stomp.
Yeah, no.
Because all damage can't be prevented this turn.
No. It needs a little bit of work, but the win con is Narset and Shark Typhoon and Outlaws Merriment.
Mhm.
Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
It just makes tokens,
Yeah.
but it's all right. The deck that the only reason why I think it's fun is because it's literally no creature control, and last time that happened, everyone hated it, and for some reason that no creature. I don't know how Teferi, the old Teferi, the 5-drop, didn't get banned.
It did get banned.
Nope, did not.
The Teferi for More got banned.
That got banned.
Oh, you mean the old one?
The Demiria one, the one that exiles permanents
yeah,
when you draw cards. Yeah, that one didn't get banned. That one might get banned in Historic because people are fucking. I watched a video of someone that had the emblem out and then peer into the abyss. They did it to themselves. drew half their deck, and exiled everything on the other side of the board. And I was like,
I mean, but it's like also fair because Peering to the Abyss is quite expensive and it's pretty late game and you can counter it. So like,
they didn't.
but they didn't. Which I think that's why I want to get into Sultai is I'm tired of not being able to counter things.
So speaking of countering, let me tell you about my Sultai deck, why it's doing pretty well. So I'm only running 3 Uros instead of 4.
Yep.
I'm running 1 Cultivate, 1 Scavenging Ooze,
Oh yeah.
1 Questing Beast,
Questing.
1 Ugin.
Oh.
So here's my removal and control, and 2 Shark Typhoons. I'm running 2 Brazen Borrowers, 2 Essence Scatters, 4 Agonizing Remorse, 3 Eliminates, 2 Heartless Acts, 3 Convolute. Do you know what Convolute is? 4 Mystical Dispute, 1 Eat to Extinction, 4 Extinction Events, 29 lands.
Good lord. Yeah, so you just counter everything.
It's literally like, hey, nothing's hitting the fucking board. Oh, you got a Planeswalker? Questing Beast. I'm thinking about running a 1 Grim Tutor in here.
Yeah, that would be smart. Also, Grim Tutor didn't take off like I thought it was going to either, but
You would think it would. It's only a fucking 3-drop tutor.
yeah, it's a 3-drop tutor. Which is weird. It's also weird because it was on the reserve list and but the price just tanked. I mean, obviously, but
Well, they reprinted it and then reprinted it. They reprinted 2 versions.
yeah. The
So, I mean, like-
Showcase and the regular.
Well, they did. Yeah, they did Showcase Extended and alternate art. So it means like, or no, they didn't do a showcase. They just did an alt art.
Which would become which is alt extended, but
Yeah.
yeah. I think that's what they're calling alt arts or showcases now. So.
Well, there are showcases. Like Teferi has 4 showcases,
Yeah.
4 extended arts, 1 alternate art.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the motherfucker has 9 alternate arts. I'm sorry, he has 10 arts.
Yeah, chill
because
out with
of
the
the
Teferis, all right, guys?
Yeah, stop fucking trying to make this a money.
Teferi's
fucking-
cool, but Teferi is not that cool. Where I need to get all of the Teferis.
Yeah, for anyone that collects those, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I know. Some dude spent $300 on Teferi cards.
Did you hear about the new Black Lotus that sold this year?
Yeah, it's like, what is it, 22?
250.
$250,000?
Yep. Guy, I think he's from Brazil. Hey, that's cheaper than the fucking last one that sold in auction. Did I tell you about the one that sold in auction last year? Or not last year?
300.
I'm going to show you.
Also, it's funny, kind of pivoting. Pokemon Charizards are like $20,000 a piece at this point, which is insane. Pokemon cards are jumping in price. Specifically Charizards from, any set in every set. Mewtwo's are jumping up real high too, but that Lugia, that first appearance Lugia,
The first edition Lugia
from Neo Genesis, I believe, is up there that price too. But also the Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super card game, some of those cards are going for a lot right now too, which is just kind of funny. But it's just like people are like, oh, card games are dead. I'm like, bro, no, they're not. Like, do you see how expensive it is?
So,
Yep. Tell me, hit me with it.
I just realized that this year it was way more expensive than 2 years ago. The one 2 years ago was still a lot, but it was $166,100. This time was $250,000, and I'm like, I thought it was more. Hold on, I swear there was one that sold for.
There's one that sold. It was a while back, but I think it sold for like 500. Sorry. Somewhere right around that ballpark, which is just dumb for a card that isn't even playable.
It's this happened in. Let me see.
It's not playable in any format.
It's literally not. It's banned in every single format. I mean, like we always talk about. We always come back to it. It's a turn 0 win.
I mean, I know I understand that, but it's like,
Suppose
no. Why are you paying that much money for a card that it doesn't? It's there for this, like, literally the collectability purposes. You know, and it's just annoying.
I'm not sure when, but at one point in time, there was a Black Lotus that sold for $435,000.
It's fucking stupid. But
dude, I want to buy that. No, there's videos of people buying it for that absurd amount and then ripping it in half.
which you know what that does? That just drives the price of the other Black Lotuses higher.
Yeah, the guy that you follow,
Alpha Investments.
yeah, he has a fuckload of them.
Yeah, that's how he made his money. So how he made his money is he played Magic through a like from the beginning, but he wasn't in the card shop type business at first, and then realized he was like, holy shit, I could sell all these cards and just like start doing it, you know?
Yeah.
And then that's what he did, and now he has like starter decks from Alpha and stuff like that. He has boxes upon boxes of just every set, and he just sells them through his Patreon. You know, they sell for a little cheaper than what you would get on like eBay or like TCG, you know, and then you have the ability to have him open on camera if you buy them. But yeah, there was like Urza set, sorry.
Yeah.
All three of those, a guy bought a box from all of them, and that's like $1,000 worth of cards, and he opened them on camera, and he didn't get shit out of the boxes, but you know. Still. But it's dumb. And it's also like the Alpha starter decks. There's potentially a Black Lotus in those Alpha starter decks, you know, which is just insane. So they're not in every Alpha starter deck, but yeah, I like that. He's cool. If you're watching this, definitely go watch Alpha Investments, because he more talks about like the financial end aspect or the business aspect of Magic the Gathering in particular, and like talks about rumors and like if you do end up wanting to invest in Magic, you know, buying boxes and things like that, like we should both buy a box of War of the Spark, you know, and hold on to it, because, and you know, not open it, which would be terrifying, but because that box is going to jump up in price, because that was such a strong set once it goes out of print, which is here very soon.
I think we should also do the same thing, but an Ikoria collector box. Yeah,
like Ikoria collector boxes are like $300 a piece. We bought ours for $200. You know, they're jumping in price. They're like still just escalating in price.
Especially like because of the Godzilla art.
Yeah.
Like unsealed, no idea what it is. We could sell it for an absurd amount.
Yeah.
We should probably monitor it. Wait till it drops in price. Buy it real quick.
Yeah, like because right now you can still buy War for like $80. Because that's what I bought. The one that we opened for the season finale, it was like $80. So we should probably do that. Just hold on to it. And honestly, we should probably just do that just going forward, because we buy so many. Just buy an extra box of whatever draft box and just hold on to it. Because Zendikar is looking like it's going to be a strong set. The collector boxes with the fetch lands in it, you know.
The fetch lands or the shock lands?
The fetch lands.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like that box is going to be $400. You know, as soon as that initial print run of those, because collector boxes are a one and done type thing. They don't print any more of them. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to buy two of them because they're already $200 a piece. But
yeah, but honestly, like if we keep this going for a while, we could probably auction our unsealed collector boxes for an ungodly amount. Yeah,
you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's, because we're in this business at this point. You know, we should probably I wasn't planning on talking about this on the podcast, but yeah, because he talks about that. He was like, you know, he likes to call his viewers Timmys, but he's like, oh, Timmy over here, you know, bought $600 of the, you know, coronavirus Godzilla card, and now they're worth $5 a piece.
We're not supposed to say that.
Yeah, I know. We're not monetized anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Just bleep it out.
Yeah, I'll bleep it out later. But yeah, you know, and he's like, now they're worth $5 a piece, and he lost, you know, $400. You know, you shouldn't have bought them at, you know, $80 a pop or whatever, you know. So
I think they are going to jump in price.
I think they will eventually, for sure. They're just not yet.
I don't know if ours is going to do very well because it's not foiled.
Yeah, we could also like get it graded. Like we should get like the Godoria card and some of those other Godzilla cards. We should send them off and to get graded. But
we
that's
also
money.
We also need to go and buy like the actual like plastic sleeves.
Yeah, the card savers. Yeah. Yeah, that's just some other stuff, especially. I hate to say this. This our setup here is not permanent, and I'm moving out in the next few months. So when once I get to my new place and actually get a permanent setup going, then we can start doing a lot of that stuff. Because I want to do the cubes on either side of us and have the booster boxes and other knickknacks.
Yeah.
There and the collector boxes, because I think that would be cool lining them up. Unfortunately, I'm not going to buy a Theros or Thrones collector box because Thrones is $300 now too. Theros is not. It's $180.
Yeah, but they also oversaturated the printing.
Yeah, for Theros.
The Thrones
is also a huge set, super strong set.
Thrones is also the first collector box starting, or that they started doing.
Yeah, and there's the rumor is that they're only going to do 7 or 8 of the collector boxes before they're done with it, because they always do Wizards has a reputation of doing a 7, the Modern Masters, the modern set. They only did 7 of them. Horizons 2 is coming. We know that now, but
I fucking hate that.
Yeah, don't buy Modern Horizons, any modern set, because it's way overpriced for what you're getting.
The issue is, and I was talking with my buddy Johnny about it, because we were at the card shop. This is wild. This is last year, and he just kept. So what he was doing is he was just buying Modern Horizons packs just over and over and over and over, just trying to pull certain things. And then whenever he pulled something, he was like, okay, that's good. He pulled something that got at that time was recently banned, and the price tanked. It was still pretty fucking expensive, and he just kept buying it. But that's also the guy who buys cases of sets each time. But EDH players are always going to buy Modern Horizons, and modern players are going to buy Modern Horizons.
Well, I mean,
the issue is double masters. Modern players aren't going to buy that shit because a lot of those cards are banned.
Well, yeah, Double Masters was a trick on Wizard, the Magic player base. I'll say it now. We bought one. The video will be out on Instagram before this video comes out, but because I just haven't posted it yet. But I have the time of recording. But we bought one $30 box. It had 3 booster packs in it. We pulled 1 mythic out of it, which is pretty good. But
it's a good mythic, but it's not worth a lot.
It's not worth a lot, but it's just those cards are only doable within EDH and Modern, and I guess Vintage. But some of them maybe.
And Legacy. All the extended stuff. Pomper, some of them maybe, but no, I don't think so, actually.
But yeah, it's... Double Masters was a trick.
I mean, it was just for the reserve list.
Money. But it wasn't... There weren't a lot of cards on it. Yeah, I mean, yes, but it's just
There were some of the big ones, Force of Wills, Jace the Mind Sculptor, Mox Opal.
Mana Crypt.
Yeah,
Mana Crypt. This is the second reprint recently for Mana Crypt, because it came out in the Secret Box set.
It came out in Secret Box, and it also came out in another set.
Yeah, recently. Mana Crypt, but it's still Mana Crypt totally gets price, even though it's been,
because it's overpowered as fuck.
Yeah.
I think there was one set that came out for the Urza stuff.
That was Double Masters. Urza stuff came out with. Yeah, I could also see the new spell thing, the new spell set coming out in the next couple set. The new because we're going to the wizard school or whatever.
Oh yeah,
I could see a lot of the Urza stuff getting reprinted there.
Perhaps.
Yeah, but I could see Urza coming back for that. I know he's dead, but
I mean, so was Ugin, and then he came back.
Yeah, Teferi also erased himself from existence and then came back. So
yeah,
death has no meaning in Magic the Gathering,
as we've seen, because reanimation decks are coming back.
Well, yeah, that's number one, but Urza is a zombie.
God.
But yeah, weird tangent there that wasn't supposed to be there.
Well.
Oh
yeah, let's check these notes.
Yeah, do you have anything? My notes are kind of done, but
I mean, not really. I mean, as far as standard goes, I mean, there's really nothing to say until rotation, because literally, in not standard M20 or not in normal standard ranked, it's all the same shit over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's just they pivoted a little bit.
In M21 standard, it's pretty much the same thing, but everyone's trying to try new stuff before rotation hits, so they have a plan. that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm running the same shit that I'm always running, just Sultai and Jeskai. And Jeskai's not doing very well because you realistically need a fuckload of removal. Yeah. And that's where Sultai comes in, because you have your removal and your counter spells and your ramp.
Yeah, I think I talked about it for the season finale a few weeks ago, but I'm going to build my old Girl deck and then play it on Arena, just casual or something. And then we'll probably record that and then post that. Just to play some old classics that are about to go away, for me at least. Because every deck that you've ever played, it's gotten banned. So
yeah, you and I can go. We can play, and then I can play my old meta decks because they allow banned cards
with just casual play.
Yeah,
like 1-on-1. Yeah, no, for sure. Like we
can do that today.
Yeah, I think we can do some fun stuff today. We can so we might do that. But outside of that, I don't really have anything else. Next week will be spoilers again, and then the week after that, zendiakr comes out on Arena, and then the week after that, it'll be out on paper, and then the box opening should happen right around then. So
yeah, I mean, it's getting close to time for Whiskey Chronicles to start being teased, promoted, and then officially released. I still don't have an album cover. I'm still working on that. I'll actually, after we're done with the podcast, we'll discuss something, because I need to figure out something, and you might actually be able to help.
Ooh.
But it's pretty much almost done. It's pretty much mastered. There's a few like tweaks and things like that I'm going to implement, and then from there it should be ready to go.
Yeah, and you can honestly just you could show a song off on the podcast.
We could do like an MOC extra that's just the album.
Yeah, I mean, because we both have you've been working on it for 6 months, so we both have plenty of stories to talk about with it. So we could do an MOC's extra next week, if you want to, and talk about it.
I want to wait till it's officially I want to do the reveal party, and then from there, once the reveal party's done, do that, because I'm thinking about live streaming the reveal party.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
And then having it like saved, and then I want to put it on probably the Magic of Coffee YouTube channel. But we can put in, or you can put in the songs as they come out.
Yeah, you could post it on your page, and then I think there's a way for me to like be able to stream it on the Magic of Coffee.
Yeah, there's probably going to be a dispute, and then you just have to be like, the person that also works for this owns it.
Well, so you have to dispute it. So what happens is, like, if I do it and you own it, you have to go in and copyright it. Oh, yeah. But if you don't copyright it, then I'm fine. So
the issue is, like, with the music that's mine that's released, I get notified, but because Whiskey Chronicles is still not released, there's no way to dispute it yet.
Well, yeah, like that's why we got claimed on that one video, the Drunk Magic 2 video.
Which is interesting, because Drunk Magic 1 has the same audio.
Yeah.
Has the same
but it was
file.
like very small segments. It was just weird. But it got disclaimed. It's fine now. So not that we are getting monetized anyway, but
I mean, eventually we will.
Yeah, eventually we will. But so
I think that's it.
I think that's it. Yeah.
One in the bag. What time are we at?
Oh yeah, not
hour
bad.
30, because the got cut off at the beginning. Yeah. So follow us on Twitter, The Magic of Coffee. The Magic of Cough, sorry. Every time. Instagram's The Magic of Coffee. Facebook's The Magic of Coffee.
Magic of Coffee MTG.
MTG. The Magic of Coffee at gmail.com. If you're listening to this on SoundCloud, iTunes, wherever, hit us up on Facebook, The Magic of Coffee.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. And is that it?
I think that's it.
Awesome. Enjoy your mornings.